Yes, sir.
Our communities look like they look. That we have violence every single day.
Speak the truth.
It is just not on us. It is on the corporate citizens that come into our community and ravage our community. And Walmart, you should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. You are the reason that our communities lack the investment that they have. We should not have to go out of our communities to find jobs. We should not have to go out of our communities to get medicine.
What he started.
Huh?
That's what he started.
Who?
He put his neck on that man's neck and said we weren't gonna do shit.
Oh yeah.
He did that.
That's fine and all, but you know we lost our Walmart. But you know we lost our Walmart, right?
Is it ours?
Huh?
Is it ours?
Yes, because it's in our community. Because guess where we're gonna go for our Christmas?
So we're not smart enough to build our own Walmart? Are we not smart enough to take out a loan and build our own shit?
Because they'll let us, right?
Yeah. We gotta put our money together. Man. We ain't gotta let nobody let us.
Yeah. I would love to see that happen.
Hey guys, so I'm doing a follow-up video about the violence that we saw in Chicago a couple nights ago from the youth, okay, from teenagers, most of whom, overwhelming majority of whom just happen to be black, okay? We saw them basically rush downtown, take over downtown Chicago, and commit acts of violence against people, including beating random people up. 2 people got shot. I think 2 kids got shot. People's cars got vandalized. They were jumping on top of public vehicles and transportation. Just an all-around violent event that was perpetrated by teenagers. Something that we should never see in this country when our youth is being raised properly by parents, preferably a 2-parent household. Pretty rare these days, okay? And these teenagers are being held accountable for their actions. Unfortunately, we really don't have that in this country nowadays, okay? Which is why we're saying this. And one of the reasons why we continue to see stuff like this is because of the absolutely piss poor, pathetic, weak leadership that we're seeing from the Democrat Party that runs these inner liberal cities. Because in response to the violence that we saw in Chicago, we have the new woke incoming mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, begging and pleading the public not to demonize these kids for these acts of violence that they committed. Yes, this guy came out and basically just begged people, hey, don't blame the kids. Don't demonize them for committing these acts of violence. They're just kids. Take a look.
Windows and trying to get into Millennium Park. And Friday night, another large group brawled at the 31st Street beach, setting a car on fire. Tonight, both the mayor and mayor-elect are weighing in on the teen takeovers, calling them unacceptable. This was the scene at Michigan and Washington last evening, police making 15 arrests during a massive disturbance in the area of Millennium Park. A 16 and 17-year-old were shot as others jumped on cars, smashing windows. This woman and her husband were attacked in their cars. They waited for a light to change.
The guys are jumping in my car. My husband go to the hospital.
What did they do?
Because the guys I put in their face.
And on Friday night, a 14-year-old boy was shot near the 31st Street beach after fights broke out among a large crowd of teens. In a statement, incoming Mayor Brandon Johnson said, "It is unacceptable and has no place in our city. However, it is not constructive to demonize youth who've otherwise been starved of opportunities in their own communities." Mayor Lori Lightfoot says her office has been having conversations with Chicago police about monitoring and responding to the gatherings, saying, "We as a city cannot and will not allow any of our public spaces to become a platform for criminal conduct. CPD has assured me they will make the necessary adjustments to address these teen trend issues as we move into the summer months." Other elected officials are questioning the parents. 3rd Ward Alderman Pat Dowell tweeting, "No other community abdicates parental responsibility for their children. None. Until parents collectively take back control of their homes, nothing will change." Sentiments echoed by a woman we met in the middle of the mayhem last night.
I'm appalled at what I see. I'm from Chicago, and I understand kids having a good time, but this is simply bad parenting. We have to do better as parents. Our kids should not be out here. Where are their parents at? That's my question.
Chicago police say most of the people arrested last night around Millennium Park have now been charged with reckless conduct.
Guys, I am sick and fucking tired. I am sick and fucking tired. Excuse my language, but this is how I feel right now. I'm sick and tired of people making excuses for fucking criminals. I'm tired of it, man. I'm sick and tired of it. Because every time you look, these damn politicians, aka Democrats, are making excuses for criminals. People committing acts of violence, destroying cities. They have no remorse whatsoever for the victims, for the people that got beat up, for the people that got their cars destroyed, that got their businesses vandalized. No remorse whatsoever for those people. But this guy, Brandon Johnson, the mayor-elect, this silly individual is going to come out here and make a statement talking about, well, let's not demonize the youth because they're getting the opportunities robbed from them. They don't have enough to do. This is why they're rioting. And it's like, bruh, why the fuck do you think they don't have any opportunities? Because of the shit they're doing. That's why they ain't got no opportunities. When you go and you quite literally loot a Walmart out of existence, that's why you don't have any opportunity. When you are stealing to the point where small businesses say, hey, we got to get up and leave. We can't turn a profit because you guys steal from us so much. Yeah, that's where the opportunity is going. That's why the opportunity is leaving. Crime. Crime is why they don't have any opportunity. Again, these people make me sick. They make me sick. I can't stand them. I can't stand these Democrats. Because all they care about is criminals. Law-abiding citizens like me and you are second-class citizens to criminals. Second-class citizens. We don't matter. Our lives don't matter. Our businesses don't matter. The only people that matter are the criminals. When are people gonna say enough is enough? Enough is enough with putting these damn criminals on a pedestal. We've wasted years worshiping them. Ever since George Floyd, we've done nothing but worship criminals. And look at the result. Look at what happened in San Francisco. Look what's happening in Portland. Look what's happening in Chicago. Look what's happening in New York, Atlanta. All these cities are turning into shit because we have politicians that worship criminals like they're gods. They can't do nothing wrong. In a sane society, in a sane world, these teenagers would be locked up. They will be locked up, tried like adults because they're committing adult activities. They're committing adult crimes. So treat them like that. But no. Let's not demonize them. They're the real victims. It's the white man's fault because he ain't got no opportunities. How many millions of dollars, guys? How many millions of dollars do you guys believe that's been poured into youth programs in Chicago? Right? How many millions of dollars have went into programs for the youth in all these inner liberal cities? And yet they still got crime problems. Yet they still talking about, well, these kids ain't got nothing to do. As if, again, that's some type of excuse for committing acts of violence like this. They ain't got nothing to do. Like they can't pick up a damn book and read. Oh, I forgot. A lot of these kids can't fucking read. Because you got idiots like Brandon Johnson, who, again, by the way, is the mayor-elect, who basically admitted on camera that, yeah, I don't like to teach my kids anything. I don't give them Fs, right? I don't make sure they can actually, you know, do the work before I give them a passing grade, right? Because I'm rebelling against the system. We're rebelling against the system by having kids be stupid, not know anything. When, again, millions and millions and millions of dollars have been poured into giving these kids opportunities. That's the truth. People keep talking about how these kids don't got opportunities. They ain't got this, they ain't got... Nah, these kids got everything. The truth of the matter is, these kids, because they can't act right, because they're not raised right, because they're being raised in single-parent households, they don't have fathers around. The truth is that all that money gets wasted. It gets wasted. Because any of the nice shit that they get, they tear it up. They tear it up. You can't build a youth center because it ain't safe to hang around it. It ain't safe to be outside on the basketball court. Not safe. You might get shot. But these people want more money. Oh no, we just need more money. We just need to throw more money at it. We don't need to start locking criminals up, locking some of these kids up, demonizing parents who are raising these kids to act like this. No. We need to actually just throw more money. We need to put millions and millions and millions of more dollars in these neighborhoods just for it to be wasted. How the hell are you supposed to operate a business? How the hell are you supposed to have any opportunity in a neighborhood or a city where you got criminals that quite literally, again, steal to the point where businesses have to leave because they can't successfully operate due to crime? How are you supposed to build on that? What is money going to do? Money is not going to solve this issue. This is a cultural problem that has to be called out and addressed. And until it's called out and addressed and people actually start demonizing these parents that are raising kids to act like this, then, again, this is the issue we're going to deal with. Until these people, I don't know, get some common sense, okay, act in their own self-preservation instead of voting based off race, until they actually vote for politicians that are going to be tough on crime, that are going to lock these criminals up. Again, this problem's not changing. It's going to be the same thing. I'll be doing another video, if not a year from now, maybe a few months from now, and it'll be the same thing. Oh, why is Chicago so messed up? It's because you got idiots like this guy running it, who don't want to come out here and tell the truth and just call it what it is. These kids are not being raised right. This is a cultural problem. All of these kids, 99.999% of them are black. Haven't seen a white speck. Haven't even seen a Latina speck. Haven't seen Asian. Haven't seen anything. Black. Black youth. Let's call it what it is. It's a black youth problem because we have a black parenting problem. Now again, is this just isolated to Chicago? No, of course not. Of course you have other cities, okay, with other neighborhoods where you have parents who happen to not be black, who don't raise their kids right, and then they act a fool. White, black, Latino, you know, Asian, whatever. It happens. But in this specific instance right here, we're talking about this incident right here, 99.999% of those kids are black. And people are afraid to point out the obvious because they don't want to be called racist. But I'm not afraid to point out the obvious because I'm going to call it like I see it. Chicago has a black youth problem because they have a parenting problem. They have a culture problem. And nobody wants to call it out. Nobody wants to address it. The mayor actually tells you, no. These kids are victims. They're the real victims. Just because they ain't got nothing to do. Excuses, excuses, excuses. And you think this is going to get better? No. Chicago is in for a rude awakening, man. A rude awakening. This city is on the verge of absolute destruction. I'm telling you, this city is going to collapse under this guy. Right? This city is going to collapse. It's going to collapse. The leadership is piss poor and they just keep voting in worse and worse and worse people. But you know what? Look, this is what they voted for. And when it happens, I'm going to point to Chicago and say, look, you see what happens when you vote for progressives? When you vote for lunatics? When you vote for people that's living in cuckoo for Cocoa Puff world, la la land? Okay? that don't really understand the reality of what we're dealing with here, this is what you get. Because they promise us, no, if you just do more progressive policies, if you just give these kids more opportunity, if you just tax the corporations, if you just, be soft on crime, restorative justice, if you just do these things, it's going to all get better. It's going to get better. Trust me, it's going to magically get better. And I bet every single dime in my bank account, I bet everything that I have, that this city is going to be so much worse in 2 to 3 years. I guarantee you. And I feel bad for the people there that didn't vote for it. But again, a lot of people that did vote for it. And it just so happens that the people that are suffering the most voted for this. They voted for this. So, hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.